Well, hello and welcome everybody to another episode of Happy Tactics, where we are playing Timberborn 1.0 and our little critters are doing their things, zipping down their lines, growing their crops, leaving boxes of carrots sitting out in the weather. But that's fine because we got so many carrots, it's ridiculous. It's a lot of carrots. I like carrots, but oh my gosh, that's a lot of carrots. Hopefully going to be doing a lot of fun things in this episode. In our last episode, I think what we came up with was a badwater mitigation system that works. I think our badwater problems are a thing of the past, although I haven't tested this one yet, so I'm actually looking forward to the next badwater situation. I think we're just coming out of a drought, and we haven't even pooled enough water over here yet, although maybe I can fix that, because I'm going to just bring down this height until things start flooding. What's a good, why bother unless there's some good flooding happening? Timberborn is about flooding your settlements, I guess. But yes, so would love to see, and that's at 1. That's at 1. I wouldn't mind replenishing it, so maybe 0.85. And then this guy, we can close him down too a bit. See if we can replenish our. In fact, what if I just did this? This is the fun thing. Let's just see what happens when we back up reservoirs and see how they move and see how they flow. At least until things fill up again. So yes, so we do have that badwater mitigation thing happening, which is good. I think that will help us a lot in the long run. And we have all this other water that we can sort of tap off of, which will be kind of cool. So we'll have to play more around with that. I did have this reservoir, and boom. We do have this reservoir. It's only 2 deep, which isn't great, and it's really wide, which is no good because apparently the evaporation in this game is completely based around the surface area that you get on these things. So that's kind of unfortunate because this is already like bedrock. Can't go any deeper, which is a bummer. The other thing I learned, which is worth noting, is that you don't want to build your reservoir upriver from your water power supply, which makes total sense because as I pump water out of this, it's not going to flow into this other lock, which gives me power in this little channel down here. So anyway, whatever, it is what it is. Right now, though, I can pump mad amounts of bad water, so I'll have all 3 of my pumps going for that. I do have some plans for this particular episode, some things I would like to try and things I want to do. Boy, I blocked off both of those channels and nothing's overflowing yet, which is kind of good. That makes me think that maybe once things are flowing here, we'll be able to have some good stuff. It's been a whole day, but I'll get it going. I bet if I pump this up to 3 times speed, we're going to see hopefully water flowing over the gates here. There we go. Because I don't know how long these. Okay, they didn't die. This will fill up our main reservoir and will actually also overflow once it completely fills and get our water wheels moving again. So yes, the water physics, and there it is, overflowing everything now because that's what it does. And that's why I end up giving this, I think, a little bit of a trickle height on the backside, just to keep things normalized. And again, that trickle height, I might need to adjust. This one doesn't even matter anyway, but we'll bring it up to whatever it's at, 0.25. But we need the water. We don't need the flooding so much, but we do need the water. We'll gladly take the water. So yes, I see, though, my windmills are moving well, which is good, and my flywheels are still a-spinning, and so that isn't so much of a problem, which is great. But that kind of is. I guess we'll bring this back up a little bit more. Again, something to automate this would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? But I think that's what happens. The system's going to be doing wacky things. I'm not actually going to take these down. I know these are my bad water sensors, but I was thinking in the case of some kind of weird, wacky emergency, they're there and can make sure that I've got the water flowing that I need to. But my little guys can take their nightly dip in the pool, which is awesome. The one thing I did off camera is I did try to I want to build them a little bit of fun. This is the Agora, which looks like it uses extract to produce an hour of good conversation. I don't know what that means. Are they drinking the extract? Is that what's happening? So they already have the dance hall, and that seems to work really well. This will offer, I think, a whole lot more boosts as well. And this back here is the carousel. So that's right. They'll even get some. So I'm thinking of this as sort of Entertainment Hill. I'm going to probably decorate this thing, since I imagine a lot of people will be coming through here. In fact, if I look at my, we got some injuries and some chipped teeth. Oh boy, that's not good. But it's dangerous work here. What can I say? So people will start using the Agora, which is good. And I think I have a detailer that I'm working on too. But in terms of aesthetics, we could use extra roofs. Let's build some roofs. Scarecrow, weather vane, beaver statue, bulletin pole. We'll see what that looks like. Once we get things moving around, to see what kind of amenities might be nice to have up here. Now where is it considered a structure? Where's my roof? So many weird little things here. That's another thing I need to build, is printing press. So there's a few other things in this game I really want to unlock and just give a shot with. And I'm sure there's probably a search feature on this as well. Like building unstaffed. Okay, injured beavers. That's part of it. It must be aesthetics or decoration. Is that right? Roof 1 by 1. What is this? This is 3 by 2. We're going to do this right. Of course we're going to do that. Although, you know what? No, we're not going to do that. Because my game plan... my game plan might not work for this one. My game plan originally was to have more housing on top of this. I still have one little apartment complex I can open up in this little area. But what I might do is I could put a roof on this one, like here. So they'll all get a roofing bonus. But what I think is if I put an apartment building. See, this is why I do a lot of things off screen, because I honestly do not know how entertaining it is to watch me do this. I guess I could do it's a little much, but that won't have access. This side would have access if I was to really, because I was thinking with this guy I could double decker him and have a separate entrance on the back. But in hindsight, it might make more sense to just have ladders in the front. So I could even do another one here too, couldn't I? Well, we can see what it looks like and just pause them all. And this is, of course, paused, and then this one's paused. They don't get the roofing bonus until I were to put a roof on all of these guys, but that's another, 27 or something like that. And then maybe I could have a roof, but that's kind of cool to have a little high rises like that. Whoops, what was that? I think that was a little fun feature called autosave, which honestly is super important. So it's going to be a little ugly, a lot of pauses happening, but that's okay. Ultimately, looking at some high-rise apartment complexes in the back, very cool, instant access to great amenities, you know what I'm saying? So we'll let them work and get those things going. And yes, there we go. We're topping off our badwater while we got it free flowing here, because it hasn't been diluted yet with this overflowing water in this part of the stream, which it tends to over time. Which again, not quite sure. Still trying to figure out this map, but things are running well. Now, so what I had on my docket that I was thinking about doing was this badwater stuff is fine, but there is a badwater source right here, and one of the things you can do is to get this, a badwater rig, which can actually like cap off. Can I get in? Oh, I could. I'd have to build a ladder down there. A badwater rig like this can cap off the badwater, and then I can actually just get it straight from the source, and that would actually keep this from flooding with badwater. And in fact, once I do that and break some dams here, I could flood this instead with fresh water. and then look at some other irrigation techniques that I was considering doing over here too. Excuse me. So you know what? This game is all about experimentation, so I was definitely going to do that, as well as, even though I think I'm still doing fine with the metal, but there is a metal underground ruins here that I could get. Although I get injuries with that, it might make more sense to get this stuff first. But we'll just see. Excuse me. We'll see where we go. Ooh, what is this? What do you need? Oh, this is powered, isn't it? That would make total sense. How much power do you need? 400 horsepower. All right, I'm considering something a little wacky. What does a large turbine produce? Let's find this out. It might get its own dedicated power supply. A couple large wind turbines and a flywheel. It would be kind of cool, actually, to be honest, to be up here. If I were to put something like, let's see, if I were to do this, I have to be 3 apart, something like that. And then what is my flywheels looking like? That's looking at the wrong thing. Why do I keep doing that? Medium flywheel, how big is that? That's awfully big and kind of ridiculous, and maybe exactly what we need, but it's also kind of weird to run. So what I'll probably do is just some small flywheels in here. Again, basically just using them as connection zones here, and we'll see. Can you build that? Yeah, I say build it. Build it when you can. A little wacky, but that's what this colony is all about. It's about wacky. So we'll let them get to work on that. But with that in mind, since we are waiting on badwater, and we've definitely got all the badwater we need, we should have all the explosives we need, all the extract we need too, pretty soon from that. But let's see. Ultimately, where I'm going to be moving with this is not as much into, there's so many automation things you can do, but I at least would love to see, oh, that's interesting, beehives, is, what would it be under? We want to build everything in terms of well-being, which I think we have, actually. And we could, but we could do some other things, some benches, hammocks, oh, now you're talking. A hedge, nice. Wooden fences, stream gauge is a old-fashioned way to, okay. These are all different things. Oh, customizable banners. Oh, that's lovely. And square banners. So other little fun things. I don't know that gives them actually an aesthetic benefit. It doesn't seem to list those here, but it could be fun to do. It doesn't look like a lot of folks have got scarecrow, weather vane, beaver, and bulletin pole. So let's build another one of these, because I feel like everybody's going to go up here. So if I I got scarecrow there, but I can duplicate him, put put another one right here. What is it? A good looking beaver statue here. A weather vane. Gotta keep track of the weather. There's always weather. And what was the other one? And a bulletin pole. Maybe I could see them checking this out and be like, hey, what's happening later on today? Yada yada yada. So we'll get that going up there too. It gives them something to do. I mean, I have so many supplies. I could use a few more planks. So I'll unpause that plank. But yeah. So in terms of upgrading my badwater here, because pretty soon this water that's overflowing, which is difficult to see because my overlay doesn't always work, it's going to dilute, and then these pumps become kind of unimportant. So let us do that. If I were to do this, and again, it's 4,000 science points, which would be unbelievable, but if you look up here, I got 47,000. So I don't think research is even part of the game anymore here, to be honest with you. So once they build that, I can build a little pathway down here, maybe a circular staircase to get down here, and a bad water supply up here. So that, to me, suggests what I really want is one of these. I want to duplicate a one of these guys up here to give this guy a good commute. And what that means probably is getting rid of this and this one, and then connecting it down here. But it's always nice to have other ways of getting up here. So what I'm looking at, and again, this is where the extra little benefits I have of this mod that I have, which is of course stairs. Stairs to get up, or sorry, ladders, because I think ladders can stack very easily, and there's probably a much better way of doing that. But those sets of ladders, and because I just want to build these things. I don't know what to say. These are cheap suspension bridge, 3x1. What is that? 6x1? What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that what this is? Something like that is pretty cool. I forget what that costs. Just some logs and planks. So that's nothing. You kidding me? That's nothing. I think we're at the point in the game where it's all really just about. Whoops. Okay. I guess that's. Oh my gosh. I guess we want to neaten that up a little bit. It's all about kind of entertaining ourselves, right? And just I guess that's what the whole game is anyway. But I don't feel as threatened by the game. I don't know. I'm adding paths up here, but we'll get that up there. And of course, we can keep that there just because it kind of looks cool. But ultimately, break it down when it comes to be a problem. I was debating. There are much better players out there who I'm sure are cringing at everything I do, but I was debating at one point, like maybe if I cover these up with panels, it might reduce the evaporation. But I don't think that's the case. I just did a quick little look, and it turns out the evaporation is entirely based on just surface area of the water. So there's really nothing I can do unless I wanted to build like a massive earthenworks reservoir and go from that. But to be honest, it probably makes just more sense to rip up some of these resources right here and just build another storage tank. So that's probably what I'm going to do. What's wrong with you? Is that what is this? This building isn't connected to any district. It's not? Oh. This is our detailer. This is another little amenity, which hopefully some of these little guys will make use of. But we're at 37 here. We don't have any wind, I guess. Is that why this is not powered up? That's a shame. That's a shame. My hope was that we get enough wind so that this thing would be kind of perpetually powered. Also, it's not a bad place for a gravity battery, which are fun, completely unnecessary. The way I've got the water going over here. Oh, there we go. There we go. And hopefully they'll generate enough power to charge these guys. Yeah, that's 1,500, you know. Again, what I'm hoping is that they'll charge up in the day, and then everyone will be able to ride it at night when it's fun and a good time to do that. So hopefully this will go way up. I don't know, again, all of this stuff. Now there is some other things we want to do. Some awe things. Farmer Monument, Brazier of Bonding, Fountain of Joy, and the Earth Reculturator. Gotta build that. Thinking that could go maybe, oh yeah, Historic Well-Being. That's what I like to see. It would make sense for that to be up there too, but I just kind of wanted them to give a little carousel up there. Wow, 42. Okay, these guys are going to be absolutely jacked when it comes to getting work done. Look at how fast they are now. Unbelievable. Look at this, already starting on the bridge. These guys, gotta hand it to them. They're doing great. How are we doing on metal? None of these projects are really using a lot of metal. I am playing on one of the beginner-friendly maps, and I'm playing on normal. But the game has been relatively kind. Let me really explore some of these basic fundamentals, and it's fun to see it all in action. So I will probably let the simulation run a little while and then bring you back in when we have something to show for all of our work. Okay, folks, they've been working for a little while here, and we have a bad tide approaching, which is actually very exciting to see what kind of difference. I can never get over this giant vat of maple syrup. My kids love maple syrup, so that would be fantastic. And they are hard at work up here trying to finalize all this stuff. It takes a lot of materials. I got a little, like, look at that, 200 treated planks, 150 metal blocks. That's kind of crazy. I should have seen the cost of that before I really doubled down. But you know what? That's part of the fun, right? These big mega projects. And actually started working on some of these monuments too up here on this sort of entertainment hill. The last one, though, I have to say, is very cool. The Earth Recultivator looks like it launches trees, seeds everywhere when it goes off, and makes beavers extremely happy. And so I would love to see what that even means. But anyway, we're still getting new well-being scores, which is great. These guys are happy. There is one other last little thing that I might dedicate the whole next episode to once I work my way through some of this stuff, and that is the bots. I don't know how all the bot stuff works, but if these guys could just live in leisure rather than have to deal with having to work every day and just enjoy the dance hall and having good conversations and things like that, to me, they would have earned it. This many 16-hour days, they've earned a sort of a retirement, I think. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get that worked in as well once I figure that out. I would prefer they prioritize this, to be honest. I should have done that to start with, because I'm getting the wood and autosave, getting the wood and cranking out the blocks, but it's taken some work here to get everything done. And I did move up here to get some more trees, because a lot of planks, a lot of things happening, which is good. You know, my forester is doing its job, but it's not quite as fast as the demands I'm making for these later things. I mean, look at that, 200 treated planks. That's a lot. So we'll see. It would be nice to actually. I wonder if I just boom this. Yeah, I'll get a lot of stuff back just from that, which is kind of nice. So what I could do is put a pause on this guy too, and then instead I want you guys to just reclaim all this stuff, and then hopefully that will make this guy come online, and then you guys can just zip up there and build it so much faster. Then my main bottleneck, of course, will be oh no, I didn't see. That's just the way. I didn't measure anything. So let's see. So that would be under here. We do need one pylon. We could put it right there, I think. So we'll prioritize that too. They're pretty cheap. And then we can add a connection here and a connection from here to here. So that should hopefully work, right? If I bring it up. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, kind of cool. Kind of cool for them to be traveling around like that. But yes, they are doing well, and we're going to have our bad tide start. So I think I'm going to scroll over here. We know this one works. But I'm excited to see how this one does. I'm hoping it doesn't overflow. The vast majority of the bad tide will have to be coming out of this side. But we'll see. We'll see. You know what? There used to be, I think, flow limitations to how much could come off the edge of the map, but that got patched before the main release or something. So, okay, so let's see. Oh, look at that. I don't see any overflowing yet. And this is, boy, it's only half full. So yeah, so it's handling the bad tide just fine, and things are staying green, except, you know, right around the bad tide flow. And how long is this? 4 days. So look at that, guys. It works, and we still have tons of water in our reservoir here. So it does, a bad tide does also kind of count as a drought in a way. So that is where our spinny energy definitely comes into play. I might have to build one giant one just before the end of the game, just to say that I did it. But okay, look at this. So this is good. So that is all said and done, and hopefully when they need to go up, what are you guys doing? Oh, they're gathering that. Okay, I'm gonna keep this up for now, but hopefully that should make building this a lot faster and more about the supplies that I have rather than the actual commuting time. For my builders. Got lots of explosives too, so those guys are going to sort of pause out eventually too. But yes, so there we go. There we go. And then hopefully, yeah, this guy doesn't have enough power. There we go. Now it runs. Why couldn't it run earlier? Oh, listen to that. Wonderful music. Too bad it couldn't. Yeah, I think what I'm going to need is just a whole fleet of these guys up here. Can they not go there? Wonk, wonk, wonk. Well, let's see. Again, this is not. This is a kind of patchwork quilt of different things and ideas. But I could just build an extra one here and then connect it. Or unless I didn't have any plans, yeah, it's still too close over there. We'll just bring it here, and then just attach a couple extra flywheels, little guys, to that. Why use a whatever connection? What do they call them? Why use a power shaft when you can just use a flywheel, a power shaft that stores energy? Very good, very good. Okay, so look at this. We are, 2 days left of this bad tide, and things are drying out. I guess that's the evaporation thing happening, or I'm letting too much of it flow off. But my valves are catching everything, which is good. So that's good. And then we can just enjoy the fresh water when it comes in. This still hasn't evaporated, which is interesting. But, okay, so they are getting close on this guy. We got 50% of the materials there. And once we do that, we will have no more need for these things. But I didn't realize quite how expensive that was. But that is one of the big ones. Another one's a badwater dome, which just seals it off. But I feel like that's more fun. High chance of injury, which is unfortunate. But what are you going to do? Mechanical fluid pump, that's interesting. Fluid pump itself is kind of interesting. The only other thing I was going to experiment a little bit with is I would love to irrigate here. Now there's different ways of doing this. From what I understand, one way you can irrigate is to just dig a channel and cover up the channel with these little platforms, and you can walk on the channel, but the water will flow into these regions and hydrate the regions. And so like I could, for instance, you couldn't grow anything there, but I could just have a channel come all the way out here, and a good portion of that water, just by tunneling, and a good portion of that water will hydrate everything over here. And in fact, I might, just as an experiment, I might do that. I don't know what that looks like in terms of, I think I would just have to dynamite it out, which is always a pleasure. That's landscaping. Landscaping via dynamite. So I'm thinking, if I just did something like this, again, I don't want it to break through and flood the lower region here, but I would love it to get as close as possible to this. And I'm wondering what a line like that would do. Get rid of that. So if I were to... It died, so I don't need that. So if I were to... Oh, there we go. Okay, we're going to be getting our fresh water back. That's an experiment worth doing, I think. So hopefully... In a few short minutes, I will get some water, some fresh water flowing down here, and this little irrigation channel here, which might green up everything. Now this particular, I have a limit on this farmhouse, but I would love to start growing more trees. And actually, I might do that with our monument here, the earth recultivator, which would be a lot of fun. So we'll see. We'll see if what that looks like, but that could be a lot of fun to do. In terms of power, we're fine. The carousel's being powered. I hope some of them are getting a chance to ride. Oh, and there's one of our big monuments there. That is a very large farmer beaver. Good for him. And there's another one being made, the brazier of bonding. Again, blowing through some of my supplies, but these are renewable for that matter. It's fine. Make the things. That's why we have all this stuff out here. So yes, so then we go back to the badwater pump. Let's see how we're doing there. We got 70% there, all the planks, all the blocks. We're just doing the gears. And I do only have one gear manufacturing workshop who's working his little heart out, but he needs planks to build them. what is it, 10 plank? Oh, 1 plank equals 1 gear. That's pretty good. Good for him. So he'll get us those gears. You know, I could have multiple. I know. Believe me, I know. This I could consider a big redesign on as well. But it feels like it's getting there. So I'll bring you back in when we're ready to officially launch this badwater rig. Okay, the day is dawning, and I can't think of a better way to start a day than by exploding something. Woohoo! And here comes the water, and there goes the green. Look at that. Oh dear. And there comes the flooding. That will even out, I'm sure. After a while, evaporation is a beautiful thing. So that means we can definitely spend some time up here. Maybe with another, I mean, I guess our logs are doing okay. They're not doing terrible, but, oh dear. Am I paused? Is that, oh, because I was paused. There we go. So the water has sort of like inertial properties. That's kind of interesting, but definitely works. And in fact, I mean, if I wanted to, I'm kind of having a plank shortage right now, but whatever. You can just build a whole set of planks on top and build right on top of it, and none the worse for wear. That's really cool. That is very cool. I could imagine doing something like that over here. I don't know how if water seeps up. So I don't know what that would look like, but maybe. I mean, you can build little pumps, little reservoirs to pump the water to, but it's nice little proof of concept there. Right now, everything's going to making planks, which are instantly being turned into gears, which are instantly being brought over here. So they're getting closer, but they got a lot of work left. Alright folks, welcome back. We're actually in the middle of a bad tide. I think it was an 8-day bad tide, so we'll see how this all works out. I was experimenting more, though, a little bit with irrigation, and I have a little tunnel buried through here, which actually I should probably reclaim those planks since I'm trying to desperately make all the planks I can. But I'm going to go ahead and detonate this and let a little water flow in here and irrigate this area. Again, we're in the middle of a bad tide, so it is interesting, though, that so this tunnel, which is right here, does not irrigate up very much. I imagine it can probably irrigate down, but not up, because I've seen places where they have a little fill pond kind of a thing, and it sort of trickles down. So that's interesting. So this could be, you know, a place for, you know, maybe a monument or something like that. But the growing area does seem to be sort of limited over here. But again, you can kind of reclaim these little, whoops, come on, there we go. We can reclaim these channels. Don't you dare build that. Oh my gosh. Pick up the stuff, please. Yeah, so you can do some interesting things with irrigation just to eke out a little bit more. And again, I think that does increase the surface area, so the evaporation rate for that, whatever it's connected to, might go up as well, which is interesting dynamics there. In terms of this guy, we're getting there. 360 out of 400 gears. It slowed down to the point where I really had to build a new plank and gear factory here. And I do have the power still going above ground. Looking at, you know, at future gameplays, I can see where the advantage would be of going underground and attaching vertical shafts to all your buildings and having all the power run underground. Then you could really optimize your paths above ground so that the little builders and haulers can get wherever they need to go. I guess we don't need to extract right now. Oh, that's a grist mill for the cattail flour. We've got so much food, we don't know what to do with it. I should probably, you know, I can invite more people into, by invite, I mean provide beds for more people to join our little happy home. Again, it's just some logs, and I've got 5 kits. I might wait until they're, well, whatever. We're getting closer to the end of this particular series. Might as well have a nice big happy colony. Now we are out of I mean, the bad tide as I might turn this back on just so. Oh, no voidable workers. Okay, well, one of those kits is going to grow up and get the dream job of getting sludge for the benefit of the colony. Hooray! We'll see if somebody takes that mantle. But yeah, so some folks are just kind of hanging around, just like sitting on their tails, literally, waiting for something to do. So hopefully we will get this badwater facility up and running and see it in action. Okay, folks, we are 1 gear away, and some vigorous hammering, and there it is. I believe, okay, yeah, that's saying something about, yeah, we're not connected to anything. I know. So we're going to need to connect this guy up. Boy, this is like Mordor up here. It's pretty intense. But let's go ahead and get ourselves a, one of these guys. You know, if you're going to, this is not the dream job of the Beavers, I would think, to be up here. So we're going to, you know, be nice and have at least a reasonable entrance into this place. So my thoughts are maybe, so let's get this rolling, and I think what I might do is store this up here, store the badwater up here, and then when people need it, they can run, my builders can just zip up here. It's just one more junction for them to do this. But yeah, so that will get our badwater pumping, our badwater rig up and going, which should mean all of this can, I think that was the only source of badwater through here. So this will actually, the land will heal, folks. The land will heal, because there's all these interesting blockers around, which I believe they're making the suggestion that we can have some more water flowing through here. And so I might in the next episode explore allowing that to happen, allowing some of this water to kind of fill in here, green up the land a little bit, and flush out this system. Again, this is already standing water right here. I don't know where the other bad water source is, for that matter. So we'll see what happens to the environment as this thing finishes, you know, capping off. So we do have oh, no available workers. Well, you know what, how about this guy who's sitting on his tail? Take a break and pump some bad water out of this weird factory. It seems like it requires 2, but there it is. Oh boy, look at it go. High chance of injury, so I'm just going to reduce that down to like 2 guys, I think, and we'll see. That makes a heck of a lot of bad water, and it can store 1,200. So do I even need this? What does this even store? What does a tank like this store? 300. So you know what? I'm gonna just baboom this. We don't need this. Reclaim these things, please. We're gonna 1,200 is enough for our needs. So there we go, folks. Turning the pollution into wholesome things like dynamite and some kind of sludge that they apparently consume in the Agora, but we're not going to ask too many questions about that. But there's our happy little beavers doing their things, riding the carousel, having a... Oh, listen to that. Don't they look happy? Sure, we're going to say that's fun. They're having a good time. I think that this little settlement is just growing by leaps and bounds. And in our last episode, next episode, I'm hoping to be the last episode, I think we need to have some robot beavers. It might take more than 1 episode, but we'll see. But thanks for joining us on this little adventure. Thanks for watching Happy Tactics, and I hope to see you again on the next episode.